And people told me buying a t-shirt of my gorilla boyfriend was a bad investment. Readers, today's lesson is about honesty. And the definition of honesty is the quality of being honest, which in itself means being free of deceit and untruthfulness, sincere. Now, the reason why today's lesson is on honesty is because on July the 16th, 2016, Kotaku released an article informing that Blizzard was given a statement urging to take down the Hindu goddess Devi skin for the character Symmetra. The statement was made by the president of the Universal Society of Hinduism, Rajan Zed, whose reasonings for wanting the skin removed from the game was because it quote-unquote trivialized the goddess and that it let people control her instead of letting devotees of the deity place their fates in her. Okay. Now, this may come to a surprise to you readers, but that part of the statement isn't the one that screams "shut the fuck up" to me. That part of the statement actually had me doing this.
That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
The part I'm talking about is when Zed stated that the character didn't match any of the characteristics of the deity to deserve the skin to begin with, as if to say that the association was completely inaccurate. Which is funny, because it just so happens that Rajan Zed is also responsible for another alteration to another Hindu deity in another video game, made by Hi-Rez a little over 4 years ago, called Smite, when he requested the removal of every single Hindu deity present in the video game because he felt their depictions were just disrespectful. But that couldn't be farther from the truth. In Matt Pat's episode of Game Theory he posted back in 2014 regarding whether or not the goddesses in that game were too over-sexualized, he states and proves that Hi-Rez took researching every deity they place in the game very seriously as far as properly depicting them, using the goddess Kali as an example as how they match her original appearance and ability trees with her respected depiction and abilities from Hindu lore. You know what that means, readers? It means I finally have a reason to press the Dave Grohl button. Boop. Okay, that's enough. Now readers, what this sounds like, looks like, and more than likely what this is just Zed not wanting the Hindu deities portrayed in mainstream media at all, or at least just in video games. And from the facts that are presented to us, he's willing to say anything that's necessary in order for him to achieve that goal, even when what he said recently completely contradicts with what he said years ago to achieve the same thing. But the one thing this also proves, readers, is that the one thing he's not willing to say completely outright on the matter is the truth. And that is why honesty is the subject for today's lesson. Readers, this is the point that the episode of Doug was trying to make when Judy was blackmailing him for breaking a fucking vase. Don't beat around the bush regarding something you either want done, you want others to recognize, or that you feel strongly for one way or the other. Because we need to look at how Zed handled the situation regarding Hi-Rez and Blizzard as an example of what not to do. Instead of being blatantly clear regarding what he wants the gaming community to do regarding his belief, he's just making roundabouts. And whether or not developers take heed to his complaints, because that's all they are if a critique doesn't have any constructive fucking commentary, it's never going to be enough. And situations like these have no room for subtlety. The takeaway from the situation, readers, is to be honest with what you want and who you want it from. It may not be easy depending on your situation, but at least it'll be easier than this clusterfuck. So with that, readers, your homework assignment for the day. Write in the comment section below if you even play with Symmetra's Devi skin if you play with her in Overwatch. And because I believe in practicing what I preach, I want you to subscribe to my channel. Hey, just being honest here. It is the best policy, after all. Anyway, this is Readus 101. Class dismissed.